Sound check. Cool. Alright, happy Valentine's. There's not enough light. Okay, so I hope you had your dinner, Valentine's dinner for today. So let me check. Let me check my calendar first. Today is event today, live stream on planning your trades, right? Strange. Give me 1 second. Nawawala yung calendar. What? Anyway, I think the event is about trading your plan, or the planning process on how to plan your trades for the next week. But before that, let me make an announcement. On February 20, future announcements, future dates. All right, where's that? Here. Traders Apprentice Pilipinas top overview and backdoor sessions on February 20. That normally that starts at 1 p.m. until late. So if you are new to trading, this is one of the best, highly recommended sessions to attend to. It's not strictly a seminar, it's just more on a meet-up or a gathering. But the 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. sessions, that is the seminar. But it's just only 1,500 for the backdoor. I think it's 250. Overflowing of beer and pizza. Maybe overflowing is an overstatement, but of course there will be beer and pizza. And then I'd like to thank, because for Valentine's dinner or dessert, I'll have the 7, you call this the 7 chocolate 9-inch cake. Alright, why is it called 7 chocolate? 7 chocolate because it's made out of what? The chocolate, the glaze, the mousse, some crystal, no, not really those crystal, powder ganache, how do you call it, ganache, whatever. So that comprises the 7, look at this, the 7 chocolate 9-inch cake. It's really good. It's made by Edgardo Corral, one of the best chef in town, actually. So that's it. Planning your trades. So when you plan your trade, normally, what do you do? you prepare a note. Make sure you prepare a note. And you prepare a pen. This is my pen. I always have a multicolor pen. And then let me share my screen. No. So I'll go to my stock listing. Before that, I'll share my screen. That's it. All right. So if you can see my screen now. So I'm just reading the chat for now. If you can see my screen now, all right. I think you can see my screen now. So ganito yon when you plan your trade. Normally for me, I only trade 4 times a year. I trade quarterly. I don't overtrade or undertrade. This is the beauty of planning your trade ahead of the market session. So your weekend should be spent planning your trade, not something else. Not during the market hours, not during when you're trading hours. And then you go into a chat group. Sasali kayo sa chat group, makikichismis kayo kung ano yung ginagawa nila. That is very dangerous. Normally, on weekend, I always go to the top movers on my chart nexus. Let me drag my own. Let me drag it from here. Okay. I always look at the top movers from last week or from the previous market session, and then click them one by one. And of course, using my first, I have to look at the technical side of the price action. Okay, I messed up my indicators, but anyway, they will all come back. So I'll set up my indicators. No, maybe green. EMA 13. Okay, it's there. Good. And then I'll set up my parabolic SAR. I'll set up my money flow index. Hold on. So now I'm looking at the first stock of the list, Abra Mining. Give me a few seconds. Let's resume. Sorry about that. So to me, AR doesn't look good. So I'll just scroll down further. It's a waste of time. LC, if I didn't come from dot 14 or dot 16, I'll just forget it. I'll just keep on moving, screening all the stocks from the top movers. So no, sorry, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm screening my stocks, assuming that I don't hold any of this. So this is how I plan my trade. So okay, forget it. Do you know why I am quick to look at the stocks? Because I'm using the SWAG, Parabolic SAR, and Money Flow Index. All those indicators, the SWAG and the Parabolic SAR, they are lagging indicators. They are after the fact. There is one leading indicator. It's called the Money Flow Index. It analyzes the price and volume. It's a volume weighted RSI. Okay, so it's all, you can analyze the price and volume rolled into one using only the Money Flow Index. So if it's pointing up, meaning the smart money is coming in. It's pointing down, the smart money is going out. So it only takes a few seconds. So Manila mining, forget it. Okay, can you see my screen? Sorry. All right. Petron. So Petron, if you are at 5.4, 5.2, just keep on holding it. PLC, nope. Mega World looks interesting, but no, sorry. Sun, no. OPM, no. Mabilis lang, wala nang isip-isip. Nickel Asia, not anymore. If you can see the Money Flow Index, naglolokohan na yan. MCP, no. If you are at from 1.6 or 1.8, then fine, or 1.2. Pero at this point, stories don't make you money. SMPH, no. Although the parabolics are still bullish, but the swag is on the next cross is what? It's a death cross. Basic, no. APC, no. FNI, no. As long as you know something going on, it's okay. You can do whatever you want. Energy Development Corporation, still you can enter 5.2 or 4.4 or even lower. This is a good homework for the next before the end of this quarter. so you can work on EDC. So how, for example, if I spotted EDC right now, what shall I do? Of course, I'll make a note. That's how to plan your trades. Let's say I'll put in a date. Maybe the next page is okay. I'll put in a date, February 14. On red. Page 43. EDC, okay. Energy Development Corporation. Sulat nyo ng maigi. I mean, it's not just about storing everything in your mind. Kailangan you have a physical note, not a mental note of what you're going to do on EDC on the next coming weeks. Okay, the reason why, and then you have to note why are you going to buy Energy Development Corporation. Why are you going to play with it? Because one, I spotted an incoming cross. So you are noting a fact. You are not noting a story. You are not noting a chismis. You are not noting a hearsay. You are noting a fact. What is a fact? The fact is, if you look at the screen, SMA 20 is under EMA 13. Is it a fact or not? It is a fact. You have to stick to the fact. And it's a very verifiable fact kasi nakita mo na doon. SMA 2020 is over. EMA 13. So do that. You have to note your plan. So what's next? You spotted the parabolic SAR. Is bearish. So what's the next reversal for parabolic SAR if it's bearish? Of course, bullish. Now, again, the question, is it a fact? Yes, it is. Kasi nakikita mo sa chart, it's bearish right now. So that is a fact. What is not a fact? Na kesyong ganitong group, we're going to play on this stock tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday. Diba? That is not a fact. I mean, it may be a fact, but it's not a verified fact. Diba? Kung tumama man yun, sasabihin sa'yo, sabi ko sa'yo eh. Diba? Pero it's not a fact. So, we have identified two facts on this trade. What's the next? The money flow index. The money flow index, as I said, is a leading indicator. It's not a lagging indicator. This is not after the fact. This is during the fact. The money flow index, if you can see it on the screen, is below halfway near the oversold level. Meaning, smart money or funds is just okay. It's in the healthy level. So, from my point of view, this is just fine to go into Energy Development Corporation. Pwede kang makisabay sa smart money. But it's better kung mas mababa, if it's pointing downward yung money flow index, it's better kasi you can buy the stock at a lower price. And then if it's pointing downward, what's the next direction? Up, going up to what? Going up to the overbought level. Remember, money flow index is a volume weighted RSI. So we'll note its money flow index is near 20% oversold. Okay, what's next? So we're already spending 5 minutes on just one stock, planning on how to trade it on the next quarter, not on the next week, not on the next day. The most is the next quarter. What's the next plan? The next plan is what's the next thing to do is how much your budget for this stock. Set your budget for your test buy. So if let's say if you have 200,000 on your portfolio, you don't go all in on 200,000 for EDC. You can allocate 50% of that or 25% of that. Maybe we can use 25% or 50,000. So you can actually go in and buy 50,000 worth of EDC shares as a test buy. So bili ka ng 50,000 tomorrow kung gusto mo. So that's how your plan is coming along. And then look at the upside, the potential upside. So but be realistic. Okay, people will just draw horizontal lines, vertical lines, etc., etc. But since I'm already used to looking at the moving averages, I will just go in and estimate my realistic upside. So normally a realistic upside is 12%. You can actually go further than that if you want. Once you do a test buy, nag-test buy ka, and then if you think nag-bottom na yung EDC, you don't think it's not going to go down anymore, you can add another 50,000 of your budget. So that's 100,000 pesos worth of EDC shares. Then you can just sit down. Once once the trend reverses and the money flow index is started to move up, you just let the upside take care of itself. Right? It can be more than 12%. It can be more than it can be 20%. In less than a quarter. Pwedeng ganun ang mangyari. So this is why I'm not recommending a target price. I'm not setting a target price kasi anything can happen. It can be lower. No? Kung medyo matatakotin ka, 6%, which is not bad. So that's how you plan your trade. You don't need to do don't worry about maximizing the rally. Hindi mo na kailangang isipin yung importante. You have the gain, you have the substantial gain. Actually you can sit on EDC for more than a quarter. Baka pa yan, baka umabot pa yan dito, who knows, 35%. you'll never know. Ano ka lang, sit down ka lang kasi I think this is already the bottom of EDC. So then you already saw the technical side of EDC. So tingin ka lang ng tingin ka lang sa edge. Oh shit. So did I lost transmission? No, I didn't. So tingin ka sa edge, look at the edge. Sa akin na importante lang sa edge yung yung float. Kasi para kang nasa para kang nasa palengke niyan. You're selling, let's say you're selling kamote or sweet potato. One sweet potato is from Isabela, one sweet potato is from Pangasinan. Diba? Yun yung fundamental nun. One is from Pangasinan, one is from Isabela. So it doesn't matter to me as long as they're the same sweet potato. As long as they're same kamote. What matters to me, kung ilang truckload ang pinapadala ni from Isabela at ilang truckload ang pinapadala ni Pangasinan. So that represents the float. At sino may-ari ng mga truckloads na yun? At kung ilan. So I do that. Company disclosures. Public ownership report. Ito masaya tong public ownership report. Total number of shares owned by the public. Public ownership percentage, 49.26%. So meaning the float that is circulating in the market for EDC is 49.26%. So kalahati yun ng outstanding shares. Halos almost kalahati. So how do we estimate that? How do we analyze the float? So I'll open up my spreadsheet. Google Docs. What is books? Google Docs. Yeah. I'll open a spreadsheet for EDC. New sheets. So can you see my screen? All right. Blank. I think I'm already past 30 minutes, but anyway, I'll still continue. I shall name this sheet EDC float analysis. So according to Edge, according to the disclosure, we have 9,233,525,739 shares circulating in the public. So lagyan natin dyan float float percent, $49.26. So equals that's equals A3 times 0.4936 right. So we have how many? 4 billion. No, this is already sorry, delete. 49% is already the 9 billion. So, ayan lang yung umiikot sa market. So you want to know who else. I'll give you a little trick. Let's go to pse.com.ph. Tingnan natin yung index guide. If you don't know this yet, ito yung index guide. Market information, market activity, go to market. Then from there you can see the index guide. This is a PDF. Sometimes it pays to know the regulation, it pays to know the rules, it pays to know the guides accordingly, so you'll know sure. Policies on index management, but we're not going to read the whole thing. We'll just go to the free float. Okay, there's something special about the free float. Okay, let's jump to section 2.2.3. In determining a company's free float, its outstanding shares shall be adjusted to exclude shares classified as being held strategically. The following are viewed as strategic in nature and are deducted from the outstanding shares. Okay, section B. Shares held by pension funds and government-run social security funds, SSS and GSIS, are considered free float. However, if these shares are considered strategic shares with acquisition made out of the intention of exercising control of the company, the shares shall be treated as non-free float. So, yung hawak ng SSS and GSIS, question is that an strategic shares? Yes. If yes, then it shall be a non-free float. So it is calculated, it is computed back to the outstanding shares, not to the shares owned by the public or the shares circulating in the market. So if that is the case, then yung hawak ng SSS cannot be traded into the market, right? Second, if that is a non-strategic share, then it is counted back to the float, because it's non-strategic. When it's non-strategic, sinong broker ang tumitingin, sinong broker ang nagtatransact nito? So if this is SSS or GSIS fund, of course it should be a state-controlled broker or a state-run broker. Sino bang state-run broker sa PSE? You gotta find it out for yourself, kasi they cannot hire a non-state controlled broker, kasi these are government entities. Ayos ba? So clue lang yun. Now let's estimate the float. So lahat ng float, ano lang yan, estimate lang yan sa arbitrary rule of thumb. we can assume, so since I'm just a small player with 200,000 budget, and then we can assume that what we are up against, maybe 3%. Maybe somebody is holding 3% of the float. That's A3 times what? That's 2 billion shares. Tama ba? Let's format this. It's 277 million shares equals C3 times 5.2 right now, di ba? Yung price ng yung price ng EDC. So magkano ang budget nito? So if somebody is holding 3% of the float, ang fund nun is about 1.4 billion. Since this is EDC is not a second liner, by the way. So if someone's willing to play this, D3, maybe the budget for him should be 20%. What happened? Equals D3. Sorry. Alright. 288 million for you to operate this stock. So I only have 1% of that or less. So what does it mean? What you are up against in the market when you go into ETC? Somebody has 288 million, which is a good a good homework, by the way. So don't get me wrong about this. This is not illegal. In fact, if there are no operators out there, there will be no liquidity in the market. So let's be honest, walang liquidity kung walang market mover. So imagine you only have 9 billion, average of 9 billion a day traded in PSE. And kung huhulihin mo lahat ng mga operator na to, wala nang magte-trade sa market. Bagsak kayong lahat, collapse kayong lahat, di ba? Okay, so I think last part of the planning, we already know who we are up against. So kahit the budget mo lang is 200,000, 100,000, it's still a good opportunity to go into EDC. Because first, fundamentally, this stock also pays dividend. Unless your intention is to make money from the capital gain and then go in at 5.2, average down at 4.4, and then let the upside take care of itself. All right. So yes, don't worry. I'll send the spreadsheet kasi the reason I'm only using the spreadsheet is to analyze the float. And then the last part of the plan. Saan na yung note ko? The last part of the plan is execution. So you already have you already analyzed the float, you already analyzed the charts, alam mo na yung ano niya, alam mo na yung upside, you already know the risk. The risk is that it might still go down to even below 4.4. So what are you going to do? It's either you cut loss or sit down, di ba? Kasi eventually all those indicators will cross, all those indicators will reverse, will change direction eventually. So might as well sit down, di ba? And we are only analyzing this stock based on facts. I don't know who else is holding it. I don't know who else is playing with it. Ang pinagbabasehan lang natin yung facts, the data that is right in our face. Diba? Because one of those data is the price action, and the price action is the only fact that you can handle. Okay ba? So the next thing is execution. Tomorrow, if you're confident, malakas ang loob mo, you know what you're doing, going to EDC, test buy, maybe buy a board lot, then see what happens. Okay, so that concludes our planning, your trade for tonight. In the next 15 minutes, I'll take a break. We'll go into the free online resources that you can learn, so that you can improve your trading skills. So that's the next topic. Okay, so I'll be back in a few minutes. We'll take a break. Thank you very much, and happy Valentine's Day.